Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to day 1091 of trying a new makeup product every day. Today I am so excited to try out my first ever Ofra palette. This is the Good to Go Mini Mix palette that I got in my January 2021 Boxycharm premium box, and I'm really happy with that box. If you have not seen my unboxing of that, I'll have that video linked in the description down below so that you can see everything I got. But so look at this beautiful palette. I love that it's full face. You've got blush, bronzer, a highlighter with 4 different shades, and then you've got eyeshadows here, some shimmers, some mattes. This palette has a retail value of $39.99, and it's also a magnetic palette, so you can take these out, switch them out. I definitely want to try and use as many shades from this as I can. And I think I want to start out by doing my face before the eyes. So I'm going to start with some bronzer. I wish this had a mirror in it. That's the only thing. But so I'm going to take a little angled brush. It's a matte bronzer. So I'm going to apply it as my bronzer contour and start up on my cheeks. Ooh, nice warm shade. And then I also bring my bronzer along the forehead, the hairline. It's definitely a warm tone, so I hope it doesn't look too orange on me. I definitely feel like it's looking a little bit orange on my skin tone. And I keep having to dip my brush back in, and it doesn't show up that much. Like, it's not a super buttery pigmented formula. It's kind of dry, kind of hard to apply. Like, I have to really pick up a lot for it to even somewhat show up. That's really not what I expected for the Ofra formulas. They're usually like buttery, pigmented, but this is kind of the opposite and looking super orange when I apply it. But we'll just finish off basically applying it to the perimeter of my face. So now going under the jaw. I don't know. Definitely not too impressed with this bronzer. I think it's way too orange to be a contour, but it didn't really warm up my skin too much. It doesn't look super even when I try to blend it out either. All right, let's hope the rest of the shades are better than how this one seems. Next, I'm going to pick up the blush shade. This one seems like a similar texture to that bronzer. Like, yeah. Do a little swatch because I'm curious. Yeah, it's definitely an orangey golden bronzer. That blush seems like a pretty shade, but same texture as that bronzer, kind of dry and not super pigmented. Not the most blendable formula either. I mean, it works, but it's just dry. Like, it kind of looks dry on my skin. It's dry to even pick it up onto the brush and try and blend it. The pigment's not too bad on this blush, but yeah, I definitely applied a lot. The shade is okay. It's kind of like a natural flush type of shade, so I don't mind it. Now, I tend to love Ofra highlighters, so I think And I typically like to apply with my finger, so that's what I'm gonna try and do. And I think I'm just gonna, ooh, like that has that beautiful buttery texture. I'm just kind of picking up all of the shades. It looks pretty. Yeah, see, like this one is so buttery, so blendable and pigmented. I was just kind of hoping that the bronzer would be similar, but no. I love how all these shades look together. Let's go ahead and apply it to the other side. Like so beautiful. Like this doesn't look dry on the skin at all. It adds beautiful glow, radiance, but not too sparkly. So the highlighter is great. I'm also gonna pick up the highlighter to start my eyeshadow look, but actually I don't want to forget, I did want to try these eyeshadows out with and without an eyeshadow primer. So I'm just taking my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and I'm just going to apply this to one of the eyes. And just blend this primer all over the lid. All right, and now to start with that brow highlight, I'm going to pick up the lighter shade here in the highlighter, just once again with my finger, and apply that right under the brow. It's so pretty and shiny. Love that. And I'm going to use that same shade to highlight the inner corner as well, since it's so brightening. That's a perfect inner corner highlight shade. All right, so now moving on to the transition area, I'm going to pick up this peachy shade, which is matte, a little bit of kickback there, and I'm going to blend this from that crease up to the brow bone. Seems like a good transition shade. Seems pigmented and blendable. All right, happy with that eyeshadow. And now I'm gonna go right into the crease, and I think I actually wanna do a mix of the orange and this reddish shade because I don't want it to be too red and I don't want it to be too orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mix the two. Right into the crease here. I'm gonna try and just use the eyeshadows in this eye look, but the bronzer, the highlighters would also be beautiful on the eyes. I like these two colors mixed together. Gives kind of like a salmon shade. And these are also seeming to be nice and pigmented and easy to blend. I am really excited about this beautiful pop of teal. I'm not sure if I want to put that on my eyelid. You know, I think I will. I think I'm going to go for it. But first, I'm going to take this shimmering brown shade. Oh my gosh, this has the most buttery texture. And I'm going to apply this to the outer section of my eyelid. Like, oh my gosh. This is beautiful. It's metallic and shimmery and super pigmented. It's very interesting how the formulas are so different. Like different textures to the powders here. But this is seriously like the softest powder shimmer I've ever felt. I felt like I was picking up a cream. It's so buttery, so nice. Like I love this formula right here. Let's see if this teal shade has that same formula. I don't know, this one feels a little bit drier, but I think it's still gonna be really pigmented and pretty. Oh my gosh, yes. Like that is so pigmented and so bright. It's seriously pops so much. I love this color. A little bit hard to blend the two shades. There's no harsh lines, but do it. Oh, I love that. Just gonna blend the crease. It really just makes the eyeshadow look go from like warm tone neutrals to rainbow effect. I'm so glad they included such a fun pop of color in this palette. I'm very happy and very impressed with these eyeshadows. Well, I only have one other shade left in this palette to use, and that is this beautiful shimmering, kind of like a reddish shade. So I'm picking that up on a small brush to blend along the lower lash line. Oh, this one's also very beautiful and pigmented. I really like this eyeshadow look. The eyeshadow look kind of reminds me of like tie-dye. I think it is so fun, and every eyeshadow color performed so well. So I now have every shade from the palette on my face right now, and really it's just the blush and the bronzer that I didn't really like, mostly the bronzer. The blush is workable. I could probably just use the bronzer in my eyeshadow looks instead, because I personally would choose a different bronzer to wear all over my face, but love the highlighter. I'm always happy to have another Ofra highlighter. They're seriously so amazing. And now I'm so happy to have some Ofra eyeshadows. Like, these are incredible. This is the eye with the primer. This is the eye without it. And there is no difference. So you don't need an eyeshadow primer to make these colors pop, to prevent any creasing. Like, these are just great quality eyeshadows. So I'm so excited about that. I definitely want to know your thoughts in the comments down below on this palette, and let me know if you have any other favorite Ofra palettes that you would recommend. I was kind of looking on their website and I was shocked by how expensive some of their palettes are. I really do think that their highlighters are worth the price. They're incredible, but it really does make it so much better when you get it in Boxycharm for such a great deal. Like, my Boxycharm premium box cost less than this palette would alone. Well, thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.